For as long as I can remember, I have always had an obsession with video games. Many times the world has passed me by, and I was more than happy to sit and play my video games in my dark room, all while other people went to the gym, walked their dogs, and played their sport of preference. For me, it was never a question. I always had an answer. Video games. How many people do you know whose dream job would be working for Blizzard Entertainment? But rather than explaining to you why I've chosen this potential future that I'm praying for, because that's a separate video on its own, let me try and explain this passion of mine. For as long as I can remember, I've always had a serious fascination with the world of gaming. For me, it has always been the ultimate escape, in a way in which a person can be competitive without any of the real life consequence, all while having a secret identity in the form of a gamer tag. Every game offers you a new hero and a new world in which you get to explore and be the hero or villain of your own story. The fate of the world is in your hands, and still there is very little that compares to finishing a difficult game or being named the best player in a competitive match. It's a buzz that I can only compare to a kind of raw excitement that a person gets to experience when a crush reciprocates your affections or watching a terrible villain die on screen. People get it or they don't. But I, Cosdog or Cosmandias, have been the greatest hero or greatest nuisance depending on our factions and teams of the game we are playing. The challenge of learning how to play a new game and mastering it is the ultimate nod to what I call your gamer ego. That little part of your subconscious that needs validation, like most fish need water to breathe. When you sit and really think about it, it really is so silly, but at the same time in the moment, it is anything but. All my greatest feats are on the digital plane of existence. No one save my gaming friends have any idea of my exploits. I've saved the planet on multiple occasions, been a benevolent or an evil god, healed, damaged and protected my hearty fellow dungeon raiders, been on the front lines, blowing up tanks and planes, all while mowing down enemy forces on the battlefield. For me, the ultimate way in which to experience a story is to be an active participant in it. Gaming is more accessible than ever. At the time when Game Boy was released, no one in their right mind could have anticipated that games could be any more accessible, but we were so wrong. With the subsequent development and rollout of today's smartphone technologies, games are available to anyone on the planet who has access to a smartphone and the internet. This means a very focused demographic has become exponentially broader. From being a large and attractive yet extremely focused entertainment subculture, gaming has reached a point in which it knows no division in terms of age, gender or creed. Because of my lifelong love affair with gaming, my belief is that it is the future of entertainment. As time goes on, more games are being turned into feature films or TV shows, and I think it is because of the interactive nature of the beast. As I've said before, my belief is the best way to experience a story is to be an active participant in it. The story becomes more personalized and you feel like you have contributed to the story in a large sense by doing something a little different each time. In my lifetime, I've seen video games be considered to be part of a kind of geeky subculture to become something much more mainstream.